I just found out or just realized that I love Popeyes chicken. Not because I'm black, but because of the new spokesperson. That chick make you just want to eat chicken all day. You know what I'm talking about? Why when you sell chicken to niggas, you always got to change your voice in the commercial and shit? It's always like, girl, you gonna love my chicken. With 11 herbs and spices at a low price of $4.99, you gonna love my chicken, girl. And I know she didn't audition with that voice. She probably like went to a nice acting school and shit. She tried to read it her way. It was like, read this Popeyes commercial. She was like, girl, you're gonna love my chicken. With 11 herbs and spices at a low price of $4.99, you're really gonna love my chicken, girl. They was like, bitch, we ain't gonna sell no chicken with that voice. You got one more chance. Girl, you gonna love my chicken. You do it, you gonna love my chicken, girl. With a low price, all the numbers gotta go. Low price of $4.99. With a low price of $4.99, you gonna love my chicken, girl.
I love listening to when an audience has to listen to some like stuff that's not politically correct and shit. But you see, sometimes people take it too far. Like a friend of mine, she takes political correctness too far. She's had a baby, right? So the baby had like all some stuff around his mouth and she wanted to wipe it away. So she said to me, can you pass the muslin, please? And then she went, oh, you're not allowed to say that anymore, are you? I said, why not? She said, because it sounds like Muslim. This is what she's thinking, that because it sounds like, I said, babe, you are still allowed to say the word Muslim. That is not going to bring a jihad crashing down on your head. Like, what do you think, should we do, like, so as not to cause offense? Like, mime it instead. Like, I was talking to ever such a nice, you know, like, this isn't better. I'll tell you the least politically correct thing I ever saw. I was on a bus. You know, we had the 7/7 bombings. There was some terrorist bombings. So the guys had their bombs in a rucksack. So after that, everyone was a little bit jumpy around brown people with bags. So it's all right, we all did it. Anyways, so I was on a bus, top deck of a bus, and there was a brown man at the back of the bus, and damn it, I'm gonna say it, he had a bag. And this is very shortly after the bombings happened. Anyway, so everyone was just watching him, just absolutely transfixed by this guy, just praying quietly to themselves. And then they just started moving, like one seat away from this guy. One seat. Now, what sort of bomb did they think that this guy was packing that had a blast radius of one seat? You know, did they think it was gonna go off like, oh! There's a bomb all over me, look at this! This is gonna come out in a hot wash? You know, it's ridiculous, it's one seat. So I didn't move, but mainly out of social embarrassment. You know, you don't like to cause a scene. I'd rather die. So anyways, but I was looking from the back of the bus, from the front of the bus, looking at the back, seeing this whole thing going on. And the guy, you know, like when you out of the corner of your eye, you start to become aware that there's movement. He just realized people were moving, and he looked up and he saw that people cleared this huge space around him. And this is all he did. It was beautiful. He just looked around him, just looked at everyone, looked at me. He just went, kaboom! I love that man. I love that man. I'm not gonna lie, a little bit of pee came out.
I didn't realize how tight things were for some people until I pulled up out there tonight and I saw a car with the club on it. Yeah, I didn't even know people were still using the club. And I laughed because you know wherever they are, they're sitting there with a false sense of security. Thinking they're sending a message out to all of us that you're not gonna steal this car. But that's not the message that comes across to us. The message is more like, this car is all I have. Yeah, I know it's an 86 Corolla, but that shit's been paid off since '02. So if you have to be a dick, bust a window, grab a cassette, and move on. Please. A car payment will cripple me right now. I feel you, club user. I feel you. I grew up lower middle class, all right? So let me just tell you right now that the thought process between middle class and lower middle class, it's not even the same fucking planet, All right, like when most people buy a car, they ask themselves things like, what are the safety features? What's the warranty on this? What's the gas mileage? I ask myself stuff like, if I had to, could I live in this? Do you have a layaway plan? What kind of exhaust is this thing kicking out in case I'm looking to kill myself? And I don't want to give you the impression that we were poor. We were not poor, all right? I had all the same stuff everyone else did because I could get their shit at Goodwill like 3 years later. You have no idea what humiliating is until you walk down the hallway of your high school and somebody's like, hey man, I remember that shirt. And you're like, trying to bring these back. And they're like, no, I remember that shirt. That was my shirt. I used to jerk off in that shirt. Like, God damn it. I thought this was a tie-dye. Fuck's wrong with you giving cummy t-shirts at Goodwill? What fuck's wrong with you, man?
I went on Craigslist and I saw an apartment and I signed a lease to a place I'd never seen. I am supposed to be a grown-up, and grown people don't make decisions like that. Like I live in for better words, it's a shitty neighborhood in North Hollywood, and it's most comparably to like Tijuana. It's terrible. I don't want y'all to think my place is terrible because it's worse than that. All right, it like nothing in my apartment works. Like it's fucked up. Okay, like people always ask me why I'm single, and I'm like, I can't invite a woman to my place. One, I sleep on an air mattress. Okay, now it's it's a nice air mattress. It's the El Dorado of air mattresses. Okay, but it is an air mattress, and I can't invite a woman in to be like, hey, wait, don't sit down yet. Let me pump my bed up. Make sure you take the keys and the pens out of your pockets. If you want to sit on the floor, we can go to the couchless living room. My microwave don't work. I mean, it comes on and the plate spins, but it don't heat up food, which is imperative for a microwave. It only has one function, okay? Like basically, I have a clock with a door on it that counts down the cooler food. Like having a microwave that doesn't heat up food is like having a vacuum cleaner that doesn't pick up dirt but makes perfect lines. Like my shower don't work. Like my shower is fucked up. Like I mean, it comes on. Like when I turn it on, it only has like 2 settings. Okay. Like the first one is like a trickle, like a steady drip. And the other one is like civil rights hose. It's just so much pressure. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot like sometimes I find myself humming "We Shall Love." Like it's just a lot of. I'm afraid to shampoo my hair because I feel like at any moment German Shepherds will come up and take out my thigh.
Oh gosh, you guys! I love watching jail shows. I am obsessed with them because I like watching drunk people go to jail. And if you ever see, it's so funny because drunk people are so confident up front, right? And then at some point they cry, and that's the best part of the episode. I saw this one guy and he's going to jail, and the cop's like, "Going to make your one phone call?" And he goes, "Yeah." The cop was like, "Relax, man. There's our phone." Points at this old payphone. Dude breaks down immediately. "What? No. Where's my cell phone at? I don't know anybody's phone numbers." And just starts bawling. Some of you are laughing, and some of you are thinking, "Oh my God, I don't know anybody's phone numbers either." I don't. I know one right now. That's 911. That is the only phone number that I know. And you guys, you can't call 911 from jail, okay? That doesn't work. You can't call from jail. Like, you're never going to believe this. But this call's coming from inside the system. Stop laughing at me and forward me to my parents. Can't do that. And what I was thinking when I was watching this episode is so sad, is that one phone call wouldn't help as many of us as just giving us all one Facebook status update from jail, like I think. Right? Yeah, some of you are like, nah, that's a bad idea. Because you would find out how terrible your friends are immediately at one time. I know I would. I put on Facebook, hurry up, guys, get me out of here. I don't want to find out if lockup bra is real. And everyone just goes, like. Oh, don't drop the soap, Brian. Like. Oh, that is hilarious. Like. I hope your cellmate Bubba whispers like a gentleman. Like. What the hell does that even mean? Someone bake me a cake with a nail file in it. I need out of here. I only know how to break out of cartoon jail, so somebody hurry.
Venezuela, guys. Thank you. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Okay, this is a weird first date. Yeah, I'm from Venezuela, but ever since I moved to California, I became Mexican, because that's what happens. It's true. If you're Latino, you move to California, you become Mexican. I didn't know that until I went to the DMV to get my license. I was filling out the application. Under Latino, there are only two options. It was Mexicans and then other Mexicans. I went to the guy in the window, I'm like, I'm not Mexican. The guy's like, bro, that's all we got here, man. Get back online, other Mexican. People always ask me stupid questions about Venezuela too. Like this guy came up to me the other day. He's like, hey man, do you guys have electricity over there? I'm like, I didn't come from the past, asshole. It's not Back to the Future. It's not like when I moved to the US, somebody turned a light and I was like, what the fuck is that? Did you create fire? Are you a wizard, my lord? Of course, there's electricity in Venezuela, Mondays and Thursdays. Rational there.
I try to get as much sleep as I can, but my husband, I use that term loosely, buyer's remorse. Listen, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna leave him like I have time to shave my legs for somebody else. I'm stuck, whatever, it's fine, I'm fine. It'll do. I told him, I go, look, I had a 10-pound baby. You broke it, you bought it. I'm not. He snores, right? So for some reason, I take it personally. I feel like when he snores, he's doing it like it's a personal attack, like he's trying to break my spirit. Like Chinese water torture, you know, drip, 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 but instead it's just. I don't even think he's asleep half the time. I think he's like, his eyes are halfway closed and he's like. And he has different types of snores. Some of them are like an 84 Chevy, you know, just like he's flooding the engine. And then other times he sounds like a sick elephant. Or it's not even just a snore, it's more just like a. What end is that coming out of?
Never been to prison. I don't want to go to prison, man. That shit scares me. You know why I can't go to prison? Because I dropped the soap at home in a regular shower too much. You ever dropped the soap at home in the shower, sir? That shit's like so slippery and wet to pick up. You be down there in a real vulnerable position for about 3 seconds. Do you know what somebody could do to you in prison? In 3 seconds? You'll get raped and wouldn't even know it. You get like walked by rape, you know what I mean? You come back around for seconds. You turn around and be a dude in the corner smoking a wet cigarette. It's crazy in here, huh? It's a ghost raper. It's raping everybody. I don't want to go to prison, man. I watched that show Scared Straight. You see this show Scared Straight? These little kids, there should be rules to this show. I think they be like going too far with these little kids, you know? They should sign like the parents shouldn't put them in that shit. We will rape you if you come in here, little boy. We will pull down your Batman underwear. He's only 8, man. You know? I had a cousin that's in prison. I don't like talking to him on the phone, because every time I talk to him, he try to act like he not in prison. He try to make his days sound like my days. He be like, DC, what you getting ready to do today? I be like, I'm finna work out, get something to eat, and watch TV. He be like, me too. He has a cell phone. You know they have cell phones in prison? He has a cell phone in prison, man. No lie, I was talking to him last Thanksgiving, and his call accidentally dropped. He called me right back. Do you know what he said? I can't stand T-Mobile. I'm thinking about switching over to AT&T. It was like he just set himself up. I was like, I don't know why you keep dropping calls in there when you got plenty of bars. You should have the best service in the world right now. I'm a snitch too. That's why I can't go to prison. I snitched on 2 of my best friends in elementary school. It was easy too. It wasn't as hard as it sounded. Let me tell you what these 2 assholes gonna do. They brought 2 fake bags of marijuana to school, right? And they were talking about we were supposed to sell it. This was the plan. We was gonna sell 1 bag for $10, or we was gonna sell 2 bags for $15. And I was down. I was like, okay, I'm down, but I got a question. What's gonna happen to us when the people that smoke this weed find out they done smoked some dirt and some parsley? They was like, that's not important. Don't worry about that. Somehow it gets back to the principal, and she calls me to the office. She sits me down, and she's like, hey, DC, we have reason to believe that you or somebody you know has some drug paraphernalia on you, and you're intending to sell it on campus grounds. And for the first about 30 seconds, I tried to be tough. I was like, I'm going to be honest with you, Miss Stevens. I don't know nothing about what you talking about. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you a damn thing. And she was like, I figured you would say something like that. And she opened up the door, and 2 police walked in. And this is when I figured out that I was a bitch. The police, they didn't even have to ask me no questions. Like, I got to talking so fast to the police, it sounded like I was at an auction. I was like, let me let you know what these 2 niggas was talking about doing. They were talking about selling this marijuana. They said we're going to sell 1 for the 10, 2 for the 15. I said it's not going to be a good idea. And I just sold these niggas out for no reason.